Hello and welcome into Lead Recreation Fields on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. A beautiful afternoon as we get ready for Class 1A semifinal action here in Ames. I'm John Schaefer. Of course, the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We saw a rainy Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning. Well, just wait 5 minutes in the state of Iowa and the weather will change. We had to wait about a day, and we've dialed up some beautiful weather as we get ready for the Bishop Heelan Crusaders and the Davenport Assumption Knights to duke it out. It's the 3-2 matchup. Bishop Heelan, the higher seed, as a 2. They're coming off of a nice win over CPU on Tuesday, 3-0 in that final. Assumption won 5-1 over Nevada. And looking at their road to get here, both of these teams dominated their way through regional play, so it's no surprise that they continued their dominant play here at the state tournament. Keep in mind, Bishop Heelan has not given up a goal since May 17th against St. Albert, where they won 10-1. Their regional tournament, they beat East Sac 10-0. They beat MOC Floyd Valley 10-0. And then they topped it off with a win over Humboldt 7-0. And just to keep the scoreless streak going, 3-0 over CPU. Assumption, on the other hand, they outscored opponents in regional play 30-0. And then just laid it to defending champs Nevada 5-1. We're up for a dandy of a matchup between these two teams. Certainly two teams led by star players. Traylon White leads all scorers for Bishop Heelan, for Bishop Heelan, 40 goals this season on 114 shots. On the other side, Davenport Assumption, Drew Dorsey, 2 goals and an assist, and Alyssa O'Neill is their backstop between the pipes. 77 saves on the year, 7 goals allowed in over 1,000 minutes played. It's going to be a fun one here. Getting you ready for this 1A semifinal. We'll be right back here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Network.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Welcome back into Lead Recreation Complex here on the campus of Iowa State University. The fans making the trek over here to Ames from Bishop Heelan. Good crowd on hand as the weather is cooperating a bit more today. And just a reminder, you're watching the 2025 Girls State Soccer Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl, cultivating young women with strong character, work ethic, and leadership. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Once again, the 3-2 matchup, Davenport Assumption taking on Bishop Heelan. These two have not met this season, and certainly we are on tap for a very good one here to start off our 1A semifinal action on field number 2 here at the Lead Recreation Complex. Both teams huddling up, getting ready for starting lineups here. And just a reminder, the Girls Athletic Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company, happy to bring you all quarterfinal and semifinal action here from Ames, Iowa. Let's turn it over to our public address announcers and get our starting lineups going for you as we just soak in a bit of the sights and sounds, as we've already got one game underway in 1A. Behind us, we've got Denver taking on Hudson, but here we've got another good one.
Everybody ready? Here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2025 Girls State Soccer Class 1A semifinals presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. This afternoon's matchup features the Knights from Davenport Assumption and the Crusaders from Sioux City Bishop Heelan. It's now time to introduce the players in today's semifinals. First, let's meet the reserves for Davenport Assumption. Number 1, Lennon Riberti. Number 11, Izzy Mott. Number 14, Kathleen Yates. Number 15, Delaney O'Hare Logan. Number 17, Natalie Stombaugh. Number 20, Maddie Martinez. Number 21, Ava Mae Waldron. Number 25, Lainey Peterson. Number 27, Kason Kurtz. Number 32, Sadie Nolan. And number 33, Tatiana Bakic. Now let's meet the reserves for Sioux City Bishop Heelan. Number 1, Mia Rooney. Number 2, Juliet Bainbridge. Number 3, Andrea De Los Santos. Number 8, Natalie Nelson. Number 16, Ellie Delaney. Number 17, Emma Caro. Number 18, Annabella Race. Number 19, Ireland Jackson. Number 23, Jada Dooch. And number 25, Bailey Reyes. Now let's meet the starters for Davenport Assumption. Number 1, Alyssa O'Neill. Number 4, Gabby Stoffregan. Number 5, Ella Kuro. Number 8, Drew Dorsey. Number 9, Caitlin O'Brien. Number 10, Heather Jondal. Number 12, Cameron Menke. Number 13, Anna Wyman. Number 19, Ruby Stevens. Number 22, Amelie Yates. Number 24, Maddie Toll. The head coach for Davenport Assumption is Elizabeth Moss. She's assisted by Michael Harrington. Now let's meet the starters for the Bishop Heelan Crusaders. Number 0, Abby Lee. Number 4, Daniela De Los Santos. Number 6, Maddie LaFleur. Number 7, Jaden De Leon. Number 9, Traylon White. Number 10, Kylie Gengler. Number 11, Claudia Lavariaga. Number 12, Reese Bleeker. Number 14, Emily Vargas. And number 22, Claire Jacobs. The head coach at Sioux City Bishop Heelan is Sean Mansfield. He's assisted by Kayla Lamphere and Mary Kate Planner. The officials for this afternoon's match, the center referee is Matt Ryder. Assistant referees are Jeff Blanchard and Chad Van Cleve. Today's fourth official is Joe Spees. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play some championship soccer.
There you have your starting lineups for today's 3-2 matchup as the number 3 seed in the 1A bracket, Davenport Assumption, gets ready for the 2 seed in Bishop Heelan. Bishop Heelan in the navy blue kits with gold letters and numbering. Assumption in the white uniforms, black shorts, and red and black numbering and lettering across their front and back. And looking forward to a great one here. The field conditions holding up very nicely after what was a long day in particular for this field 2 on Tuesday. The final 2 games of the day, both in Class 3A, saw 2 sets of extra time or overtime, and then PKs. Of course, both of those games thrillers. Waukee edging Ankeny, and Ankeny Centennial coming away with the win themselves in the late game. I know our crew didn't get out of here till late that night, but working hard to bring you all the coverage here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Again, plenty of access for everyone, and certainly happy to bring you a sunshiny day here in Ames, Iowa. John Schaefer once again on the broadcast today for this 1A semifinal matchup. Winner of this one gets the winner of Hudson and Denver. Both teams currently scoreless behind us, and of course Denver beat Hudson twice this season, both from the same conference. These 2 teams in front of us, though, have not met this season. This will be their first meeting of the year. Overall, Davenport Assumption comes in 12-4-1. They were 5-3-1 in the MAC. Bishop Heelan on the other side of things, 7-0 in the MRAC, and 17-2 overall. Those 2 losses coming to Lincoln Pius out of Nebraska and Valley, 2-1 and 4-1 in those games. Of course, Valley eliminated on Tuesday, stunned by Linn-Mar. We'll get the Linn-Mar matchup with Centennial later tonight, but here we are, kicked off, and here we are away at the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Bishop Heelan starting with possession here in the navy blue kits, moving right to left on your computer screen or your TV at home. Assumption creates a turnover. Pass not skipping quite as much. You're going to see the ball kind of roll around a bit different than we did on Tuesday. I think both teams will appreciate that as Anna Wyman going to throw it in. Goes for a little bit longer throw in, but it's just off the foot of Gabby Stoffrigen, and that'll be going back the Crusaders' way. Bishop Heelan now going to work. It's Jada Dooch with that throw in. She'll work it ahead, and playing it well out wide is Bishop Heelan. They've got some space to work. Structure looks good as they play it out to the corner. Looking for a little bit more room to work is Maddie LaFleur. She's hounded on the defensive side, but finds an outlet. That'll find the feet of Assumption and be cleared out of play. Of course, both these teams lit the lamp frequently in their 1A quarterfinal matchups. Assumption 5-1 over Nevada. Bishop Heelan 3-0 over CPU. Assumption with the ball at their feet. Again, very little space to work with. Coming out of the pile is Reese Bleeker. Bleeker into some space, has some speed, tries to play the cross in. It goes all the way across the box and then cleared away valiantly by Alyssa O'Neill. She wants that thing nowhere near her 6-yard box, as that one was played back to her a bit and obviously can't play it with her hands, so she's going to play it forward and out. Now the big throw in down the line, stays in, nicely handled by Ruby Stevens. Stevens going to stick with it, comes away with it in the corner. A little bit of back pressure here on the Heelan defender. Assumption comes away with it off the turnover. Playing it back now. It's Weeman having a go, just lets it sail a little bit too far, and that'll be a goal kick coming back Bishop Heelan's way. Goal kick comes right at Assumption. We're going to get a push there, and it'll be a free kick for the Crusaders. Free kick doesn't lead much. Here comes Assumption now attacking. Far side of the field, working it into the box. Just a little bit too much pace on that touch, and then running through the defender. That will be a goal kick. No foul given, just the goal kick. And the Crusaders weathering a bit of this storm so far from Assumption. Not much wind. I'd say a pleasant mid-70s day here in central Iowa. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Bishop Heelan with the throw-in. Drastically different looking crowd than what we saw on Tuesday. Umbrellas were out, ponchos were out. I think there are sweatshirts, hoodies, winter coats even today. Shorts, t-shirts, and a lot of sunscreen being applied, especially by our officials today. And our crew up top on the stanchion as we get a good look here from Bishop Heelan. That pass just a little too far out in front of Daniela de los Santos. Has to be cleared away wisely as Assumption will reset on defense. Bishop Heelan now with the throw-in. It's Jaden De Leon. That ball sent high and hard into the box. Trying to track it down is the leading goal scorer for the Crusaders in Traylon White. 40 goals this season. 9 assists, 114 shots. She's the biggest threat, but don't count out Jada Dooch with 23 goals this season as well. Meanwhile, Assumption led by Drew Dorsey, 28 goals. Maddie Toll with 12 as well. Those are kind of your top two leading scorers for each team and players to keep an eye on. Played back. Crusaders happy to play with a little bit of possession here. That ball takes a big hop through, and to the back line it goes, but cleared quickly back up and forward. Here come the Knights. Played to the corner. That's going to take a wicked hop off the foot of Wyman and out of bounds. Be a quick throw in by Sioux City Bishop Heelan. Couple of exchanges near midfield, and Crusaders again starting their attack. Stepping in nicely, Gabby Stoffridgen trying to track down the deflection. Eventually will settle back to the feet of Heelan. Quick ball played up and through. No one really running for Heelan there. And Assumption creates the turnover. Now they're going to try and counter themselves. Knocked down along the line. That'll be another Heelan throw-in coming from Emma Caro. Play to the corner. Here's White. White with some speed. Tries to cut back. Looks into the box. Crosses. Goes nowhere. Assumption in some precarious position here, though, as a strong attack and follow-up there by Maddie LaFleur. LaFleur came in out of nowhere. Had a nice dribble in. Tried to center it across, but said Assumption will clear it away and disregard the threat for just a moment. Nice play by Heather Jondol, the senior. That back line for Assumption's been really strong so far. They'll be tested throughout this one as Crusaders have some speed up front. So does Assumption, two teams very much who believe they can win a state title this year. Through ball up ahead, onside, and we've got a breakaway in for Davenport Assumption around the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. We have our first goal of the night, and it's off the foot of Drew Dorsey. Her 29th on the year makes it 1-0. Drew Dorsey with a great run, a wonderfully timed run at that on the through ball, and just 7.5 minutes into this game, it's 1-0 Assumption. First shot of the game for either team, and it finds Twine off the right foot of Drew Dorsey. The senior having a season to remember, adds her 29th of the year. And that's if she didn't have any on Tuesday. I'm going off the current book right now. I believe she was busy on Tuesday with that, but plenty of time here. Assumption looking to add to it. Dorsey was trying to fend off a defender, got hooked up and out of bounds, but here comes Bishop Heelan. Heelan keeping possession near side, just below us. Gabby Stoffridge in. Tries to play it ahead. It'll deflect out of bounds. Our clock on our screen stopped, just letting it breathe and catch up to the scoreboard. Nothing to panic about. We are aware as having a go, and why not just see what can happen there from Reese Bleeker. Sending one into the box. Bishop Heelan really controlling possession of this game, and just a well-timed run for Assumption and a great through ball led to the 1-0 score you have in front of you. Clock on your screen now, right? We're good to go. Here comes a run from White. White tries to play a through ball. Doesn't quite work. Booted out of bounds, and another Sioux City Bishop Heelan throw in. Here's White. White has a go with the left, knocked down, sticks with it. Why not go another time with the left? That sails wide. Heelan starting to find a little bit more mojo now. It only takes one, as we saw from Drew Dorsey. Be another goal kick here. Crusaders trying to keep Assumption kind of hemmed in at their own end a bit. So we've got quite a bit of wind down here. You might hear through the mic at a time or two. The low kick goes right back to Bishop Heelan. Heelan tracking it down, far side. Maddie LaFleur plays it ahead. Down to Jada Dooch. Dooch gets it picked off her foot. It'll be another throw in. Big throw into the feet. Staying with the Crusaders. Ball sent to the middle, out of reach for White. Cleared away for a moment by Assumption. Then a back up over the top, a header through. Strong header by Anna Wyman. Sorry, Cameron Mankey. But here come the Crusaders one more time. Ball played ahead to White. White trying to cut back, but stuck on the back line. Wonderfully handled. But White finds it back at her feet. Again, though, Assumption clears it away. They're collapsing on White a lot today. Strong defensive play by Maddie Toll, the senior defender. A little bit all over place defensively, but leaned on heavily back there on that back line for the Knights. Cameron Menke keeping it on the ground, plays it ahead. A little give and go at the middle of the field. Assumption looking to add to that lead, just a little bit too far out in front of their runner. Ruby Stevens trying to make a run there. Throw in, headed out of bounds one more time. And that's one way to quickly work it up the field a bit. Crusaders happy with just continuing to throw it in and having it cleared out by Assumption as White makes a nice turnaround to defender. Tries to make another pass up ahead to Dooch, but gets it knocked out of bounds for another throw in. Having to battle for it is LaFleur over on the far side. Decides to just bring it back, and then that gets sent to the corner. No one really there for Heelan, and Assumption probably wants that touchback as well because it gets sent out of bounds. Another throw in for Heelan. So we're about 14 minutes into today's matchup. Number 3 versus number 2. It's the Crusaders trailing the Knights 1-0 off the goal by Drew Dorsey. A beautiful move after a through ball. Dorsey boots that one out of bounds. Trying to make a play on the defender. Instead, it'll be, looks like it'll be a free kick instead. Take that back, it'll be a throw. Taken by Assumption and trying to play it through again, but booted out of bounds one more time. Why not? Claudia Lavariega with that clearance last time. That D-line for the Crusaders certainly tested early. They'll have to tighten things up a little bit. Really some opportunities here as Assumption looking for another one. You can likely hear behind me, we've got our first goal in the 1A semifinal behind us. The Hudson Pirates have taken a 1-0 lead on Denver. Here we've got a 1-0 game. Assumption leading Heelan. Heelan looking for some life as you see the fancy footwork by Emily Vargas. Senior with a couple of nifty little moves. That ball booted out of bounds by Assumption and tipped out of bounds at that, so it'll be a throw-in for Caitlin O'Brien. O'Brien wanting to play quickly to the feet of Emily Yates. Yates turns it over and then played up and through. Here comes White making a sprint. Cuts in front of the defender, cuts back. Now she's got some space to work into the box. Works slowly, methodically, tries to play it to the middle. Goes down, no foul. And now here comes a counter. It's Dorsey. Dorsey in space, gets it taken off of her foot. Played up and ahead. Assumption playing a little bit of ping pong. Here's Dorsey again. She gets taken down, and that's going to be a penalty. That'll be a foul, not a penalty kick. I apologize. Just a free kick. Assumption to deliver. Going high and hard. Finds a head and then a foot of Dorsey. Dorsey tries to play it out wide. No one really running out there. Crusaders try to do a little give and go work back and forth, but instead it's another turnover. Great step up and in by Lavariega. She anchors that back line. Ball sent to the near side. That's O'Brien. O'Brien tries to send it back to the middle. Played back to the feet of Dorsey. Dorsey sending it to the corner. Maddie Toll. Toll into the box, tries to send one across with the right, doesn't quite connect. That'll be a goal kick. Heelan's had a couple of shots, nothing too threatening though. Assumption is really cashed in on their lone scoring chance. Again, just 7:34 into this game. Headed to the middle, taken away. That's Yates taking it off the foot and then passing it off. Stevens trying to stick with it. She'll play it back to Stoffridgen. Stoffridgen sends one on frame. Just a quick little hop and an easy handle for Abby Lee. Lee will boot it away and see if her Crusaders in front of her can get some offense going themselves. This game really has lived around midfield much of today. But don't blink because both these teams have the ability to score quickly. Our first substitution of the day. Substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Annabella Reyes subs in. She'll give Jada Dooch a quick break. Comes a run from White. White trying to weave through, gets it taken off her right foot. Assumption does a nice job to bottle her up, but Crusaders relentless on the ball. They stick with it and get right back into possession. That ball goes to the middle. Tracking it down for Assumption is Ella Curo. Curo tries to play it ahead to the corner. Stevens gets taken down outside the 18, and that's going to be a quick stoppage in time as we're going to get our first yellow card. A swipe at the feet. Really didn't make a play at the ball, and that's going to draw the card for Heather Jondal. Jondal disagrees. She wants to know why that's a card in that situation, but certainly made a play at the feet as we're going to get another substitution. In comes... Ireland Jackson comes in for that one. Wasn't John Dole asking why, it was Kylie Gangler. Had my rosters in the wrong spot there. And we're going to get a free kick from just beyond the 18. Didn't catch a number on who's lining it up. Now I do. It's John Dole, the aforementioned. As the wall gets set for the Crusaders, John Dole going to step in and deliver. Lifts it high and hard, going to the back post, and that goes off the keeper's hands and will be tipped down of bounds. We've got a goal kick. I think it's an offsides call, because that whistle came in before anything got out of bounds. And the harm is kind of thwarted by that offsides flag. Stepping in strong is Maddie Martinez. Got another foul there on the far side. That'll be a quick whistle, and everyone will get reset back out there. All played strong back up the middle, looking for a bounce or two to go their way. Right now is Bishop Heelan. Assumption keeps it at their feet. Quick turn and working it into space is Stevens. Stevens looking to cross it in, does. Dorsey on the doorstep, Comes in, runs through the keeper. They're going to say didn't allow her to make the play on it. Protecting the goalkeeper is a big part of that. So Dorsey with a strong run already has one there. She's trying to make it two as Abby Lee stepped up and had her paws on it. Just got a bit of a shin through the shoulder, I'd say. So we're halfway through this first half. High hard by Lavariega. But Assumption comes away with the 50-50. Back to the feet. Stevens says, why not? Lifts it high and well over the crossbar. And here comes another substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. In comes Juliet Bainbridge, the sophomore. As Reese Bleeker subs out. Catching their breath and trying to keep some legs fresh on a warmer day today than what we had on Tuesday. That ball finds the midsection of Yates, and Yates is going to find a way to push it out wide. Trying to track it down just a little bit too far out there for Stevens. So it'll be a throw-in instead. Sorry, that's not Stevens. It's O'Hare Logan, it looked like. Sometimes hard to see those numbers as Dorsey tries to battle through some traffic. Instead, it just gets sent away wisely and quickly by Jaden DeLeon. Big kick, and that's going to be another penalty. As White runs through the defender's leg. Caitlin O'Brien clearing it, takes some contact. So now here's a quick reset for Jondal. Jondal steps in, sends it high and toward the box, but headed away quickly. And back the other way comes Annabella Reyes. Reyes to White. White tries to play it to the corner, no one there. Continues to battle through some traffic and contact. It's taken down, ref says play on. Just relentless defense by both sides. Stoffridgen nowhere to really go with it. She finds it back at her foot, plays it out, little give and go. Stoffridgen again has it taken off of her foot by Bainbridge. Played back to midfield. Then up ahead. That'll be an easy handle there for Abby Lee. Lee with the high, hard punt, has a bit of wind at her back. That'll take a big hop. Settle at the feet of White. White tries to play it ahead. They'll have to play it back, and now here's White one more time. Nowhere to really go. Official says continue to play on, please. Just cleared out of bounds. That's Ireland Jackson making a wise decision over there. Ball at the feet of some of our fans. I'd say it's an absolutely perfect day for some soccer. Light breeze keeps you cool. If you want to sit in the sun and get a little bit of rays, you can do that too. Certainly take this any day of the week this time of year. Ball out of bounds. We'll go Assumption's way. Quick throw in. Headed to the corner and then out of bounds. Dorsey sticks with it. Fans calling for a handball. Dorsey, the cross up in the air, headed, settling back down in the box, then tried to clear away. A volley or two. No one really able to settle it, then just pushed away. And that's the great play by De Los Santos to just get it out of any harm's way. I'd say there's a height advantage for Assumption out there. Speed advantage maybe Crusaders way a bit. Assumption the throw in. Goes to the feet and then looking for play a little cross, just a little bit too far out of reach there for Maddie Martinez. That'll be another IMT substitution. As Reese Bleeker checks back in along with Jada Dooch for the Crusaders of Bishop Heelan. Bishop Heelan, just 2 losses this season. Both of those came back in late April. It's been more than a month since the Crusaders lost a game. They find themselves in a 1-0 hole right now. Great step in and then playing it through. Here's White on a run. White looking for some space, gets it taken away and quickly cleared away. That's some speed on the back line by Cameron Mankey. Said Crusaders, though, come back with it. Sent high up into the box, lofted like a lob wedge out there. White with it on her foot. Has a go with the right. Knocked down. She'll stick with it. Has another go with the right. Far side, just wide of frame. That's a great shot for Heelan, and really the best pressure we've seen out of the Crusaders since, I'd say, the first 5 minutes of today's game. White just missing by not much. Nearly had an equalizer. Big boot on the goal kick, finds a head, and that'll roll its way across the out-of-bounds line. Thrown by Mankey. Again, just a quick touch off the boundary. It'll be another throw-in. Big throw. Tries to find the foot of Dorsey. Dorsey trying to navigate through some Crusaders to get there. Creates the turnover at least. Sticking with it. Strong is Stoffridgen. And then a quick step in. Cleared away by Bishop Heelan and then going back the other way. Far side, Dooch trying to get that ball back possession-wise, and it'll take a roll out of bounds. You can hear those Crusader fans on the far side occupying the right side bleachers if you're looking at both from across the field. The Heelan Crusaders fans traveling well, including a student section over there. Love to see that support. Of course, school year is over for some. Couple of other districts out there still finishing things up this week as ball sent to the corner, really to no man's land. Fighting hard for it there was Stevens. Creates a turnover. It'll be a free kick. Ball headed away. And played right back to the middle. No one making a run through. That's batted down quickly. And it'll be played back to the back line once again. De Leon plays it ahead to Bleeker. Bleeker cutting it in nicely. A little strong on the touch. Gets chopped down. That's going to be a free kick. Bleeker does a good job using her speed to create that contact, and it's a strong takedown by Ella Curo, forcing a 3-player wall. A little bit more than that, though, up at the 5 now, just in tight as they're just outside the 18. Might have heard a little bit of the insight there. Coach Sean Mansfield telling Bleeker to try and curl it in left side, so she does. Sends it out right, doesn't get the curl around it. It's not as easier said than done, let's put it that way. Heelan now up to 4 shots in this game. Only one has found the frame. As we have another substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Anna Wyman comes out for the Assumption Knights. Knights have a lead in this one as we tick closer to 10 minutes left in the first half of this game, and sticking with it is Dooch Deutsch strong on that, then a great turn and creates some space for herself. Going to send it back into the box, just no one running there. It's a good idea by Deutsch, just needs someone cutting to that far post. Maybe slow it down just a little bit, but she's got the leg to do it. Tried to curl that one in far side. Alyssa O'Neill, just 7 goals allowed this season. Abby Lee for Bishop Heelan, only 3 goals allowed this season. Headed forward by Jackson there, but comes right back at you with Assumption. Trying to get a little bit of a move there was Bleeker. Couldn't. She gets it taken away from her. That's Stoffridgen playing strong in the middle of the field for Assumption. Be a throw in, going the Knights' way again. Dorsey with a handful of volleys, plays it to herself. They're going to call a foul here and force a reset. It'll be a free kick. Field looks great considering how much rain it took on Tuesday and how much soccer was actually played on it. Commend the grounds crew and groundskeeping staff here in Ames on the campus of Iowa State University. Free kick sent into the box. Takes a hop and then quickly scooped up by Abby Lee. Lee will send it away quickly. Takes one big hop. And then White jumps in, trying to make a play. A little bit of frustration there from her. You can see she's just trying to make a play. She's like, wasn't intentional, was incidental in a lot of ways. Not a dirty play by any means. Ball booted toward the offensive half for Assumption, having a run just a little too far out of the reach off the head of Dorsey. She was looking for Stevens to keep going there. But Abby Lee again steps off her line to scoop it up. It's booted back, going the Crusaders' way. 50-50 ball goes back to Assumption. That's going to drift out of bounds one more time. And it'll be a throw-in for the Crusaders and Ireland Jackson. Jackson, the big throw. Sent ahead one more time, trying to do a little bit of a give and go. Doesn't work. Instead, it finds the foot of Juliet Bainbridge. Bainbridge looking for some space. Tries to go over the top and keeps it on the ground. Nice little touch from White to go outside. Just a little too far out in front on the far side. That's one of those. You can see Crusaders maybe getting a little frustrated. They're not able to get into their offense quite as much as they want to. As LaFleur sent that one forward, she just didn't quite get a good handle on it. And it went too high and too far too fast. The goal kick sent ahead, but again, Crusaders kind of hem it in and they get possession back. Sending it out wide to the corner. Cutting it back is Deutsch. Deutsch deciding to have a go instead. Good battle there as Bella Reyes comes away with it. Then Deutsch comes in for some support. She'll pass it back to Bleeker. Bleeker played across to Bainbridge. Bainbridge going to play it across one more time to LaFleur. LaFleur going to go to work. Goes back to the middle of the field. Great step up and step in. And then we're going to get a foul there as Jackson gets a little bit too much body on Ruby Stevens. The battle of 19s rolls on. I don't mind the step in from Jackson. It's just a little bit too much contact and not getting the ball. That'll take a jump and a skip off the head of Toll. Toll wants that one back, and it's going to be offsides on White. White felt she was onside. Instead, our side judge says no. Definitely see a little bit of frustration right now on the faces of the Heelan Crusaders, trying to just find some space to operate. They haven't really gotten anything in close. But it's a semifinal. Patience is a virtue. Down one, you can feel a little bit more pressure, but Crusaders have really controlled much of the possession in this game, had it not been for a great run by Drew Dorsey and a great through ball that led to her goal. Bainbridge with a quick clear. Ball just wants to hop around a bit at midfield. Great step in by Dooch. Takes it off the foot of Kiro, but Assumption gets it right back. Now a quick run to the corner. Dorsey tracks it down using her speed. Sends one back in and across, goes to the far post, nearly finds the back of the net on that inside post. Instead, the Crusaders get to it and clear it away. Bainbridge trying to counter now. Pass behind LaFleur, she'll corral it. LaFleur having a run up the sideline, sends it even further ahead. Here's White. White going to try and flash that speed, gets around a defender, cuts it into the box, has to go back to the cross, but quickly corralled by Alyssa O'Neill. O'Neill hugging that near post, says nothing's going to get through that one. She'll get a clasp on it. And that punt carrying a little bit more today than it did on Tuesday. Dorsey now. She's going to try and use her speed. Instead, she gets called for a foul as she was walled off beautifully by Kylie Gangler. Gangler did a great job not letting Dorsey really work her way back to the ball. It's a strong play. Free kick goes to the foot. Knocked down one more time by Stoffergen and nearly turns into a possession for Assumption going the other way. Been a bit of a back and forth matchup in midfield most of the day. Strong play by LaFleur, plays some body. Gets out of bounds, but the aggression from LaFleur there, you can see some of that frustration coming out as we get subs. Once again, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Wyman checks back in. She'll relieve Maddie Martinez, who played some valiant minutes there in the first half. Gave her team good pick-me-up in Wyman's absence. Crusaders looking for some life. That ball hops over Dooch's foot. Then takes a skyward way bounce into the box, and that'll be scooped up one more time by Abby Lee. Lee has a go. Another big hop. 50-50 ball still up for grabs. Shielded off, strong shield there by Yates. Referee says play on because Assumption maintains possession. The ball played through one more time, looking for a Dorsey run. Instead gets knocked down. Dorsey gets to it. As that ball will nearly get out of the box before it can be corralled by Abby Lee. Lee just gets a mid on it and keeps it in her box. Allows her to pick it up, punt it away as we have 1:30 left in half number one of our 1A semifinal. Again, Bishop Heelan, the 2 seed, taking on Davenport Assumption, the 3 seed. It's the Knights, though, leading the Crusaders 1-0. The 8th minute of this game saw a goal off the foot of Drew Dorsey to make it 1-0. Dooch cuts it back. Plays it to Bleeker. Bleeker turns it over, and now here comes Assumption one more time. And this is the Assumption game that they want to play. Dorsey gets taken down just outside of the 18-yard box, and she was certainly fouled on that run. It's going to be another card. I believe that's 2 now on Gangler, and Gangler's going to be assessed to red, I believe, with 2 yellows, and she doesn't agree with the call. Another look at it. As you see the ball over the top, this is the Assumption game. They play it, send it over the middle, over the top, let Dorsey make a run. I don't know that was even on 10, although it might have been a disagreement there. It certainly looked like if she got hooked by anyone, is Lavariega. Certainly not a ton there, but I can understand why the call's made. Lavariega definitely gets a quick hook in there. Now the wall is going to be created. So Gangler does not get assessed the yellow. It's Lavariega, so 2 yellows so far in this game for Bishop Heelan. As having a go at the far corner and just a little too strong is Heather Jondal. Jondal tried to drive it and maybe just a little bit of a lean back. You can see the frustration there. She's not thrilled with herself as that shot sails over the crossbar. Again, really no scoring chances to speak of for Assumption outside of their 1 goal. I'd say that was maybe another one if you want to count it, and we'll give them the benefit of the doubt as we tick under 25 seconds now in this half. That was a great chance for Assumption to get some insurance here in a game that's been tightly contested. The Knights looking for another through ball. Doesn't get anywhere past that back line off the header. Bainbridge sends it ahead, 5-4-3, and we'll hear the horn sound on the first half as we see Bishop Heelan trailing Davenport Assumption 1-0. 32-26 left in this first half was when Drew Dorsey scored, made it 1-0 Assumption. It's been an entertaining first half of 1A semifinals here at the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be right back with more soccer action on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company after the break.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairy Frank.
Your fairy family.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to Lead Recreation Complex here on the campus of Iowa State University. We are at the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau, and in our 1A semifinal here on field number 2, it's the 3-seed Assumption leading the 2-seed Bishop Heelan 1-0. Of course, that goal coming off the foot of Drew Dorsey, who had a beautiful run and an even better finish on her goal. Beat the keeper, just a quick touch around and found the back of the net to make it 1-0. And that's all we've really written in this one. A quick look at the Sioux Cup stats as well. Shots, Heelan had 4 in that half. Assumption had 4 as well. On frame, though, only 1 on net for Sioux City Bishop Heelan. for the Knights. They had 2 on frame, including their goal. Scoring chances, I gave the edge to Assumption 2-1. Heelan with maybe one good opportunity that got scooped up, and that was also their one shot on net. 0 corners to speak of, so I'm just going to give a quick shout out anyway to Channel Seeds. Of course, they sponsor all of our corner kicks. They deserve one shout out, even for a cornerless half of soccer over here at the Lead Recreation Complex. It's certainly been an entertaining one. Behind us, I believe we've got a 1-1 score between Denver and Hudson in the other 1A semifinal. Winner of that one gets the winner of this one. We'll have 40 minutes to determine who's in the championship game come Saturday. An Assumption hold on to this 1-0 lead against Bishop Heelan. We'll find out next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Soccer Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
We're back. Talking schedules a bit here at Bishop Heelan and Assumption as I'm getting a tap on my shoulder from my director as just let me know, hey, hot mics, we're good. We've got an entertaining game, 2.5 minutes here before kickoff of the second half. And as I was alluding to with my secondary director, Randy, over there, I believe we're on a similar schedule today as we are, it's 2 hours apart, between 2.5 hours between each game. We were talking about how great the warm-up setup is here. I really do have to say that I've been impressed by the setup that they've got going on for this tournament because teams can warm up over on the auxiliary fields to our right, walk over, and we can just roll after 5 minutes after this first game. So that's all we were talking about. I'm not sure why I'm getting a hard tap by anybody. We just chat about some soccer and enjoying this one. Of course, we've got a great game on the field. That's enough about me and my directors. You get enough of us anyway. We've got the kids on the field just getting some boots in as can't do this without our volunteers either. These are our ball kids out here that track down all the loose balls out of bounds when needed. Right now we sit 1-0 Assumption up on Bishop Heelan. Drew Dorsey, the lone goal scorer. Again, it's been a busy afternoon for Abby Lee and Alyssa O'Neill. Both netminders seeing a couple of shots each and certainly having to corral a couple of squirrely moments, but it's been a fun one no less, as 1A semifinals should be a wrap here soon. We've got 40 minutes left in this one. And then we'll get into our 2A matchups, just taking a look around the rest of 2A. Let me see if I can find my 2A matchups real fast here. They're somewhere buried in my program as I navigate our way there. I know Waverly Shell Rock rolled past Indianola, and then ADM got by Independence, if I recall. DCG handled Pella, and then Cedar Rapids Xavier. So it's going to be DCG versus Xavier. That's a matchup I do not want to miss today at 2:45 here on Field 2. That'll be right after this one. And then, of course, the 3A matchups, Waukee Northwest versus Waukee. Why not add another early chapter to that rivalry that's been created since the split? Certainly, two teams combined one loss on the year. Waukee, though, 6 ties. What a number that is. Of course, Warriors getting past the Ankeny Hawks in PKs back on Tuesday evening. West Des Moines Valley got stunned by Linn-Mar. Linn-Mar 15-3 this year, had lost earlier this season to Valley. Instead, they returned the favor back to the Tigers, and Linn-Mar advances to take on Centennial, who edged out Johnston in PKs as well. I believe that one went 6 rounds. So that'll be our late 2 games. We'll have Waukee versus Waukee Northwest over on Field 1, and then back on this field, you'll have Centennial and Linn-Mar at 5:15. Assuming we stay on schedule. Got a little bit behind last round in the quarterfinals. But again, wonderful job by the Girls Athletic Union. Keep this thing rolling right around where the schedule needs to be. The fields are in great shape considering just how torrential and wet they were back on Tuesday. So here we are. Assumption's going to get a chance to add to their lead, but first they've got to take it off the foot of Bishop Heelan, because Heelan's going to come out firing, I have a feeling, here in half number 2, as Traylon White's going to kick it off. We'll get started, and White will give it a go on our whistle as we get our second line, our side judge put in place. And just like that, we navigate through a hot mic situation, and we're off and running. Traylon White kicks it off. Crusaders will get to work. It's Caro playing it ahead, just a little bit too far ahead for Dooch. Going to be a throw-in on the near side by Mankey. Mankey tries to get it to the feet of Maddie Toll. Toll trying to navigate through, gets it taken away from her. Strong play there by LaFleur. That one takes a big hop up. LaFleur getting into the throw-in a little bit. Just a little gamesmanship. No harm, no foul. Referee just says, hey, can we keep it moving a little bit for us? So that ball played up and through just to no one's feet. Instead, it's a turnover, and going back the other way is Curo. Curo out wide. Tries to play it far. Instead, it'll be intercepted by De Los Santos. She tries to play it up to Dooch. Dooch trying to get in around the defender. And White tries to hunt it down. Does not do so in time. And it'll be an Assumption throw-in. Hit him with the pump fake, and then quick turn and into space. Great play by Assumption, trying to play another through ball. It's Stevens trying to track it down, but defended nicely by Jackson. Or I'm sorry, Gangler. Out of bounds, going back Assumption's direction. Big throw from Dorsey. Stays a 50-50, and now here come the Crusaders. Strong run, and how about it by Bleeker? Bleeker plays it up, draws a foul. That'll be a free kick. And you'll hear the applause from that Crusaders bench. Bleeker with a head of steam had to be taken down in that spot because she had some space in front of her. Lavariega sends it in low and hard. Hits the foot of Bleeker, then cleared away. Here comes Stevens. Stevens tries to settle it down in traffic. Dorsey. She'll be stripped of it, and it'll go right back to Bleeker. Bleeker into space, ahead to Dooch. Dooch gets a touch on it, cleared quickly away again by Assumption's back line. Up and ahead by Yates. Couple of passes, second one doesn't connect. Instead the clearance just will deflect off Stevens, then another boot ahead. Here's Kiro. She couldn't corral the first touch either. Bainbridge, or De Los Santos now. Plays it back, Bleeker ahead. Dooch fighting for it. Strong defensive play on the far side by O'Brien. Bleeker into space. A little too strong. No harm done though. De Los Santos plays it back. Lavariega couldn't quite get a good foot on it, but Assumption will just send it forward. Definitely see the Knights trying to pack things in a bit on their defensive half, not giving the Crusaders much room to work or run. They've bottled up White. Again, 40 goals in the regular season and postseason. Didn't get a number on what she had on Tuesday, but I can only imagine she added to it. That ball is shouldered forward for Assumption, and then cleared away. Played back to the corner. Stevens couldn't quite track it down before it'll drift across the boundary one more time. Caro, the throw-in, gets deflected out of bounds one more time. Be another throw-in. Caro, the Dooch. Dooch plays it back, then a ball to the corner. Looking for White to make a run. White strong on it, coming back it the other way. She's got some speed. The cross into the box goes far side, just a little too high for De Los Santos. De Los Santos in a battle on the far side with the defender. They'll award that throw in to Bishop Heelan, and they'll play it quickly. Bleeker ahead. Dooch taps it over to De Los Santos. She'll try and cross it in. Then a header, cleared by Mankey. White tracks it down, though, sticks with it. Mankey hounding her. White has a go. Goes down in a bit of a heap, and that one hurt. She grabs at her back, and she's in some discomfort. We'll get a stoppage to check on her. That'll be a goal kick as that shot sailed well wide of the frame. And we're back into action, 34-12. Quick pass ahead, and one more nice touch to the outside. Lovely setup by Bishop Heelan. They'll send one into the box. And then pushed into the keeper. I think that was incidental contact. Totally accidental by Dooch. I think she got her feet tied up and then took a tumble into Alyssa O'Neill. Both of them have a little bit of a laugh. I think that one hurt O'Neill a little bit. That might not be a laugh as much for O'Neill. That one stung. Okay, maybe it is a laugh. We're good to go. It's hard to guess. Sometimes a crying face can look a little bit like a laughing face. That's why we need emojis to go with this broadcast. Mankey going to try and clear it away with the left. Doesn't get a good foot on it. Instead, it's going to be settled. Working it back to the middle of the field. Here is Bishop Heelan playing it over to Bleeker. Bleeker into space. Tries to ward off another defender, takes a step in, has to go with the right. Doesn't quite get enough on it, though. She had to reach for it. And another easy scoop up by Alyssa O'Neill. Well, we're about 7 minutes, just beyond 7 minutes into the second half, and you can certainly see the type of game we've got dialed up right now. As I think Assumption's very much just playing it in their back half. They're content keeping it tied up as Dorsey steps in and knocks the Crusader player off the ball and then fires with the left. That was Vargas that got knocked by Dorsey, and the collapse of defense here and by Assumption has been really strong against this Crusaders team. Bishop Heelan again outscored opponents coming in to the tournament 27-0. And then they added to it again with another big day against CPU, keeping the shutout streak intact. Dorsey ended the shutout streak. So now they need an answer if they want to keep their season alive. Great cutback by Dooch. Dooch has a go. Sends it just wide of frame. Another great shot by Heelan. And that'll just drift a little bit outside the far post. As now it might be the best look we've seen for Dooch today. Trying to build on her great season of 23 goals coming into, again, this state tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. The goal kick, Dooch makes a slide tackle on it. That'll deflect back to Bleeker. Things don't look so bleak with Bleeker out there. She'll send it ahead to White. White trying to make a turn. Sends it back. Here's Bleeker again. Takes a couple of hops off the Assumption feet. Then the clearance. That's a handball. Although I was a little confused by it because I didn't see a Crusader in there for the handball. And there's the quick kick out of there. Good job to turn that thing back to the middle by Emma Caro. Caro will send it down to the corner. And Assumption trying to clear it. They'll send it out of bounds, so it will be a throw in for Caro. Going to be a throw in. Finds the foot of Assumption, but goes right back to Dooch. She tries to get the give and go with White. Doesn't work, and now here comes Assumption once again. White gets around the corner. She's going to have a run. Centers it to the middle of the box. Sending it to the far side. Knocked down. White slides in. Nearly headed back in and up and over. Do we have an offsides flag? Dooch got a header on it after the great give and go. It was knocked down as that ball was fired on net. Heelan's second great scoring chance of the day. Nearly finds them with an equalizer. Instead, we stay 1-0. Heelan looking for their first of the day still. Here comes Assumption now after that goal kick. A ball up and through and hoping to find Izzy Motto. Motto had a run at it but shielded off Very well done by Emma Caro. Allows her keeper to come up and scoop it before any threat can really materialize. And now here come the Crusaders once again. This game's starting to open up just a bit. White going to track down the ball over the top. Has a go with the right. Doesn't get all of it as it was still bouncing a bit. The clearance, she'll try and track down, take it back to the corner and turn once again. She makes the turn, keeps it inbounds. Going to work around a defender. Goes down as that ball's turned over. Strong defensive play at the other end by Mankey. Sees an Assumption clear, and now they'll try and counter. De Leon, her header, lets the Crusaders reset in the offensive half. Sent out wide to our near side, it's LaFleur. LaFleur, settle. The cross attempt there by Caro goes nowhere, and so it'll find LaFleur again. Back to Bleeker. Bleeker fakes the shot, pulls it back, and she'll work to her left. Then she'll just take a shot. 6 shots now in this half for Bishop Heelan. Only one's been on frame. Crusaders get the ball back. Now it's Assumption's turn. See if they can counter. Instead, it's taken off the foot, and that's going to be a foul on Dorsey. De Leon is battling, and that's going to be a card for Dorsey, and she's asking why it's a card. Maybe saying she didn't quite make a clean play on the ball and really played a body first. Dorsey's going to get sent off. It's mandatory send-off, I believe, for yellows in the high school level. Stevens will come back in. So here comes a Crusaders free kick. Lavariega sends it into the box, keeps it on frame, and nearly tracked down as White runs into the keeper. We're going to get another stoppage, and I think this is going to be a yellow on White. She's in disbelief. Quite a bit of frustration. She knows that she can't do it. And that'll bring on another substitution. Substitutions in today's match brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. That's a yellow card every time. Can't run through a keeper. Again, I don't think it's intentional by White by any means, but Lavariega sends it into the box. And you see the reaction by White, and she knows instantly that that is not what her team needed at that moment. Still no harm. Keeper's all right. Alyssa O'Neill is a little bit more worse for the wear after that one. That one stung her a bit, but that'll be a goal kick taken by one of her teammates to give her a chance to breathe. But it goes right back to Bleeker. Here's Bleeker attacking. Looking for Dooch. Turned over. Far side. That's O'Brien taking it over, but that'll get out of bounds for another throw-in. Assumption into some space here. Plays it down the line. Trying to find a little bit of room to work. Of course, both of the leading scorers for these teams out right now due to yellow cards. Assumption up 1-0 with 25 to play. Winner advances to Saturday's championship game in the 1A bracket. Quick glance at the score. Still 1-1 over there between Denver and Hudson. Not a lot of time left in that game over there, but there could be more time waiting in the wing for them. Not a lot of time left. Still 25 minutes, I should say, I guess. Don't want to make it sound too dire yet, as that's a pretty blatant run through there, and that'll be a foul. That was pretty egregious. Leads to the free kick, and now here come the Crusaders one more time, taking it across the middle. Annabella Reyes. Reyes into some space, plays it up ahead for Dooch. Dooch gets turned around, can't quite track it down in time, gets sent out of bounds, and it'll be another Crusaders throw-in. They're in a threatening position right now. Got to be aggressive on the ball as that's booted one more time out of the bound. So this free kick going to be taken by Reese Bleeker now, as we just had a penalty there. Bleeker with another great look and punched out and away. Lovely job by O'Neill. And then having another go, it's blocked and batted down one more time off the foot of Lavariega. Here come the Knights on a counter. Great step in by Jaden De Leon. And that thwarts any counter attempt there, and the Crusaders nearly had an equalizer after the punch out by Alyssa O'Neill. The senior netminder has been sharp all game long, hasn't given up much. As we get another substitution, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Substitution starting to mount up a little bit as teams want to keep legs fresh here in the waning minutes, as still have 22 and a half or 22:40 left in this second half. And lovely move into the middle. Here comes Dooch on a run. Has a chance, has to work around a defender, then cleared away, but not out of the threat yet. Fighting for it is LaFleur. The clearance attempt one more time by Mankey. Assumption is collapsing at every loose ball there, and they get the clear away to Stevens once again. Dooch had a chance to just have a go. Instead, it got taken away by Mankey. But here comes LaFleur working fast one more time. Knocked down one more time. Maddie Toll with the smart defensive play will let her defense catch their breath after another threatening moment. It's a grade A opportunity for Dooch, who just could not bring it in, and LaFleur now going to play it through. Here's Dooch again. Dooch to the middle. No one there. Cleared away one more time. Stevens steps in, tries to take it off the foot. LaFleur going to keep it on hers instead. Dooch will play a little chip back. They'll try and switch field. Here's Bleeker. Bleeker gets walled off and cleared high and hard away one more time. Bishop Heelan will have to reset as they keep it in on the near side. Playing it down the line. LaFleur one more time. And then a quick clear by Kathleen Yates. The junior midfielder subs in and makes a smart play. Throw in now by Caro. She'll get it to the foot of LaFleur. She gets pushed, and that's going to be a throw in for Bishop Heelan. Sometimes you get those little equalizer calls. One might argue that one off Bishop Heelan. Instead, it was just a push. So I'll take the free throw in at any point there, as that's headed one more time. Mankey has been all over the field on the defensive side of Assumption's half here. Sent to the middle. It's Bleeker one more time. She'll play it back. Lifted high is Gangler. That's Kathleen Yates with the header. Crusaders have had all the pressure in this half. Assumption is kind of folded back into their defensive half and tried to keep things bottled up. Can they sustain it, though? Here are the Crusaders one more time, just trying to bide time a bit. Just sending it back into the box, hoping for a bad hop, and they get one. Here's Dooch one more time. She'll let it roll out of bounds for the corner kick, and this will be our first corner kick of today's game. Heelan will bring it to you. The corner kick's brought to you by Channel. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com. And we also got a couple big substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance, including Traylon White checking back in for the Crusaders. And it'll be a long corner sent back into the box over the head of LaFleur. It catches someone's melon in there, and it'll roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Ticking under 19 minutes now to play, and Dever and Hudson going to overtime behind us, or extra time. Let's get our soccer terms right out here. Extra time between Hudson and Denver, two conference foes who saw each other twice this year. Denver got the win both times. Third time beating a team is always the hardest. And both teams have played sharp. Here we've got a 1-0 lead. Assumption's got it with 18 minutes to play, just slightly over, but Bishop Heelan's been knocking on the door plenty this half. Opportunities sent into the box. White going to try and bring it into her feet. Instead, it's Mankey again. Boy, oh boy, has Cameron Mankey made her presence felt on the back line. The junior midfielder has been just a little bit of everywhere today. Assumption now trying to get things countered a bit. We haven't seen the goal scorer, Drew Dorsey, check back in yet either. And she'll do that right now. Just as I speak it into existence with our IMT Insurance substitution, here is Drew Dorsey checking back in for Kathleen Yates. Yates played a formidable handful of minutes there. Kept her team really kind of over locked in on this side of the field nearest us. We're right underneath our cameras. Dorsey tracking that down, and it's a strong play as LaFleur hounds her, and then quick turnover. That touch just a little too strong. I don't think it quite got under our table. So they'll pass another one off, and it'll be Crusaders' ball. Short throw, finds a foot of LaFleur, turned over, sent down the line. Some miscommunication there by Assumption, and then that's going to be headed right back at us, and we've got a hole in our tent that's protecting all of our lovely equipment. Otherwise, I was ready for it. Rachel might not believe me, but I was ready for it. Here comes White. White ready for it as well. Trying to work into space, just has a go. That'll sail well wide. But no less, I don't mind the attempt, as now 7 shots for Bishop Heelan in this half. Assumption has not given Abby Lee really much to do back there on the other half, as Heelan's really bottled up things at the midline, and great turn. Keeps it in possession for Heelan. Heelan will send it to the middle, and then it's just going to be brought in. Settle down. Kiro's going to take her time and feed it ahead. Then another nice feed, but knocked down wonderfully at the back line. That's De Leon. She'll create another counter opportunity for the Crusaders. That'll be another foul. Far side, that's O'Brien with the tackle. She knew it instantly, but that's probably a smart play. Lets her team reset a bit, catch her breath as we approach 15 minutes to play in the second 1A semifinal of the day. Ball sent towards the box, booted away, but staying with it and then cleared out. That's not a penalty, so it'll be a throw-in. That was all ball on that. I understand why there's some uproar. You're looking for some excitement, especially in the box, but great defensive play is rewarded with clearance, and then this ball is going to drift out of bounds, and that'll be a corner kick. So another corner kick. Boy, we're stacking them up now. We've got 2. Just add them all their Channel Seeds corner kick going on the far side. And another chance for the Crusaders to try and curl one in and see if they can get a touch on it and find some twine. It'll be a long ball back into the box, but cleared away. Towering over everyone is Emily Yates. Yates brings probably the most height on the field right now. As I mentioned earlier in half number one, I think Davenport definitely has the height advantage in this game. But certainly a lot of tenacity out of this Crusaders squad. Looking for a long throw in, why not? Finds a foot, just a little too strong of a touch there by Bella Reyes. Instead, let's see if Crusaders can dial up another shot here. White keeps it on her foot, sends a cross in, it's low and hard, finds the middle of it, and a shot on net, into the post, it bounces out. What a save by Alyssa O'Neill. LaFleur let it fly, nearly found the equalizer. Instead, it'll take a hop and a skip away, and Assumption survives. A look at Alyssa O'Neill, the biggest save of her day. Likely the best scoring chance of the day for Heelan as well. As she gets a left mid on it, deflects off the pipe and across, and then cleared away wonderfully by the defensive line. As that header does a great job to draw a foul there. Assumption now feeling some energy off that huge save by Alyssa O'Neill. And a chance to go up 2 with 13. They'll have to move back, so I'd say that chance probably goes down just a little bit. 2 scoring chances in this half for Heelan, and that was our best one we saw. Now here comes Assumption with the free kick, well outside the 18. Toll delivers, tries to send it far side, and then it's corralled. Abby Lee's first really necessary save. She'll boot it high and hard and try and flip the field. That looks shouldered for a potential handball. Was not called. Here's LaFleur, though, coming with it. No harm done. LaFleur working into space. She's nudged off of it. She'll nudge back. Strong defense out here by Emily Yates. Yates and LaFleur with a big battle, and Yates won it. This one will come to us as we get another IMT Insurance substitution. It's Wyman checking in. She'll relieve Toll. Another look at it. What a shot this was by LaFleur. She thought she had it, and then right there waiting for it was Bella Reyes. Just couldn't quite get to it fast enough. LaFleur with a beautiful shot, but an even better save by O'Neill. And a little help from her friendly pipe next to her. Those posts are a goalkeeper's best friend or her worst enemy. Today, they are O'Neill's best friend. 1-0, 11:30. Do the Crusaders have another push in them? Assumption trying to pin the Crusaders back, and that's just going to be a quick clear and another throw in by Assumption. Gotta love the camera angles today as well. Great job by our crew to really get up high and allow you to see the whole field. Tuesday a little bit harder to do that with the way the weather was. Had to be camped down field level under tents. So we sit here in Assumption thinking about another one. Why not? Have a go on net. It's a great shot by Wyman. Abby Lee read it the entire way. It's the first shot of this half for Assumption. The first shot of this half on frame, mind you, as well. Corners lean Heelan's way. Scoring chances lean Heelan's way, 3-2 as well. But Assumption with the lone goal in this one off the foot of Drew Dorsey back in the 8th minute of this game. It's been 1-0 ever since. It's 10 minutes now, and you'll start to see a little bit more urgency likely in this Bishop Heelan and how they move. That ball will be sent out wide. LaFleur's going to go try and track it down, but Wyman's already there a little bit earlier. She had a jump on her. Wyman, patient, and then gets stuck by LaFleur. LaFleur sticks with it. Now she's got to try and work around Menke. She'll try and center instead. Beautiful clear by Ella Kiro. Kiro was right on the back of White. Now here comes a run at the other way. Stevens trying to track it down. Walled off nicely by Kylie Gangler. Gangler now going to start going the other way with it. Looking for LaFleur. Wyman steps. Wyman again. Crusaders can't score from their own half on a day like today. It's Jaden DeLeon now. She looks ahead, turns it over, and Assumption happy to just send it back and eat up some more clock. The second half has really been a textbook lesson plan on how to really collapse in, although Bishop Heelan was about 6 inches away from tallying an equalizer. Mankey steps up. Dorsey will backheel it back, and then a quick through ball. We've got another run for Assumption, but it's a little bit too strong off the right foot of Stevens with that first touch. Otherwise, she's in all by herself. It'll be a throw-in for Assumption. Stevens made that last run. You can see a little bit of windedness for both of these teams. Still 1-1 behind us, looking for that golden goal between Hudson and Denver right now. Here come the Crusaders one more time. Through ball up ahead. Gets deflected out. That's Bleeker. Reese Bleeker, the junior, has been busy. She has 9 goals this season. Another ball pushed out of bounds. One more throw in. Bleeker tries to send it in over the top. Instead, it'll find the foot of Bella Reyes. She'll send it back. Having to go on net. Just a little chip shot there. Doesn't get a ton of meat on it. Does Emily Vargas, and that'll be another scoop by O'Neill, and she'll try and eat up as much clock as she's allowed before being waved on. Just a high boot. It's fun to watch the contrast right now. Assumption not playing with a lot of urgency, just trying to lock things down on defense as that ball's tapped out of bounds. Another throw in. Bishop Heelan on the other side playing with a little bit more urgency, or I wouldn't say panic yet. You still have 7 minutes left. But there's definitely been some added mojo. Crusaders just can't connect right now near the box. Again, the best connection we saw was to LaFleur, who let it fly. Maddie LaFleur, the senior, just about had her senior moment in this semifinal. That'll be another kick out of bounds, and that one off the end line, so we're going to get a corner kick. Another Channel Seeds corner kick, mind you. And a chance for Reese Bleeker to send it into the box. She doesn't waste any time. It hops off a couple bodies, and O'Neill comes off the line one more time to scoop it up. She, again, no rush to get this ball off her right foot. When she finally does, goes into the wind. Stevens will put a head to it. Then it gets lofted right back up to midfield. That ball tracked down nicely on the far side. Maddie Martinez. We'll get a substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance now. Assumption trying to eat up a little bit more clock as Stevens will check out. And in comes Toll. Great game by Stevens today. She was ever present there on the front lines offensively. Crusaders step in on that throw-in and will get right back to work with possession. Cleared up ahead by Bella Reyes. No one there, but making a run is Dooch. Dooch trying to track it down, but cleared nicely away. One more time by that back line. Assumption's been so strong. Their back four have today, and certainly shown why they've been able to keep a clean slate for O'Neill. Big throw in. Dorsey gets it stripped away, but she'll track it down one more time. Wins the battle for it, steps in with the left. That's kicked out of bounds and going back the other way. It's going to be a throw in one more time by Jaden DeLeon. The Heelan fan base trying to will their team to an equalizer. Here comes a big run from White. White into some space, plays it to Dooch. Dooch has some time, instead a great step in by Wyman. Dooch again, doesn't let it settle, just fires it away with the left, and that'll sail one more time. Boy, did they have something brewing there. A great run by Traylon White. Nearly found Dooch into space, but Wyman says not today. Steps in to clear one away, and then Dooch just lets one rip for a bit of a panic shot there. Weaving through traffic now. Here come the Crusaders again. Couple big hops, and we're going to get another Channel Seeds corner kick as we tick under 5 minutes, nearly under 4 minutes. And at this point, if you're the Crusaders, everyone needs to be up. What do you have to lose? You're going to get a delivery from Bleeker here. She'll send it into the box. Goes off Dooch. Bella Reyes trying to get it back to her right foot, then has a go. Doesn't work, gets knocked down. I believe that was Mankey. One more time. She's been just so sturdy back there on that back row. That'll be kicked out of bounds by Martinez one more time. And another Channel Seeds corner kick. Again, if I'm Bishop Heelan, I'm sending everyone up at this point. You've got 3 minutes, everyone but the keeper, I should say. Your back two need to be up most likely. This one sent low and hard, and then that's going to be cleared away another time by Emily Yates. Bishop Heelan now. It has to go into a little bit more panic mode. Playing smart, but with some sense of urgency. Back line will settle it one more time. It's Kylie Gangler. Playing it out wide, doesn't find LaFleur. Instead, it'll take a bounce back the other way. Caro having to do her best. That'll find an out of bounds play and go right to Assumption. Wyman's not going to rush it. She's content with eating some more clock there as we've now ticked under 2:45. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be another Assumption ball. They're throwing again. More than happy to let that clock tick away until they're told to get it moving. Big throw in by Toll. Nearly works. It's going to be a corner. Again, I don't expect any rush to get this thing set up as Toll will step over to the the Channel Seeds corner kick. On the near side, Assumption ready to celebrate a trip to the championship. Of course, the Knights chasing down their 12th state title. Here comes that corner, sent near side, cleared away. And now here come the Crusaders. LaFleur ahead to White. White with some space. She's got time. She's got speed. She lets it go, and she leaned back a little bit. Got a little too much loft on it. 10th shot of today, or of the second half, I should say. 14th shot by Heelan. But again, just not a lot on frame. We're under a minute 20 now. That's going to be sent to the boundary a bit. LaFleur will take the header. Wyman says, I'll do one too. Then settling it at her feet is Vargas. Vargas plays it to LaFleur. LaFleur, the cutback, trying to find a little bit more room to work. He's going to send it down to White down the line. White strong on the ball. She keeps it. She's got a chance to cross it in. She does. Headed away nicely, and can Assumption clear it away? They do. Dorsey with it. She's just going to run it away. 45 seconds. Best thing she can do is send it to the corner instead of beautiful slide tackle by Lavariega. This ball with now 30 seconds to go. It's Bella Reyes. Now it's LaFleur, 25 seconds to play. She's going to try and get it back to White. She's got a hustle here. She sprints over, will throw it to White's feet. 20 seconds, less than that. White's with it. She crosses it in. Can they get a late strike? No. Now it's Bleeker. Bleeker's got to go too. She can't. That's cleared to the corner. And then if you're Assumption, just eat it. Assumption going to advance on to the 1A championship with a 1-0 victory over Bishop Heelan. The Knights still have title number 12 in sight. A great game by two worthy opponents. It just came off of one goal from Drew Dorsey and one post kept the Crusaders out of the back of the net. And that is where we finish 1-0. Assumption over Bishop Heelan. A final look at the shots. It wasn't like Bishop Heelan didn't have their chances. 10 shots alone in that second half. They outshoot Assumption 10-1 in half number 2. They had 2 shots on frame, including the one that was wonderfully saved by Alyssa O'Neill. A little help from her post, and then a quick clearance away. And it's always bittersweet to watch these finishes. On one side, pure jubilation. On the other, just defeat, as both teams will shake hands here at midfield and ride out the emotions that come with it. Again, a great game here at the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Assumption into the 1A Championship, awaiting the winner of Denver and Hudson Saturday afternoon back here in Ames. For our broadcast team, a wonderful job by our entire crew. I'm John Schaefer. Thanks so much for joining us on this 1A semifinal. We'll have 2A action here in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to please direct your attention to the field for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medals, every player will receive a commemorative soccer ball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards today from the IGHSAU is Executive Director Aaron Gerlich, along with Soccer Administrator Gary Ross. Congratulations to Head Coach Sean Mansfield and the Crusaders from Sioux City Bishop Heelan on an outstanding 2025 soccer season. Assumption fans, direct your attention to the center of the field as Drew Dorsey advances your Class 1A championship game that'll be held at the Cyclone Sports Complex at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Congratulations.